Hey, Tati.
Hey, Audrey.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. Can't complain. What's up,
Good.
everybody? Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited about today because our guests are like, he's like a friend of ours, very close in our heart, and we just love Arnold. But before we introduce him, Tati, how about you introduce yourself and then I'll go. Who are you, Tati?
Hi, everyone. I am Tatiana. I'm the founder of and the creator of the IG page Golden Garifuna Healing, and now also the creator of Garifuna Consciousness page. So if you haven't tuned on to that page, tune on to it. It's very uplifting. Yeah. But anyway, I'm so excited. Yes, that's who I am. I am a healer, a worker, hands-on kind of person, very in tune, intuitive soul. All right.
Nice. And for those of you who are just joining, if you've never been with us, my name is Audrey, and I am the creator of the Then Came Roatan blog, which is basically me sharing my experiences after moving from New York all the way to the beautiful island of Roatan. So you could catch up with me on my YouTube, on my Instagram. I'm also the director of the Garifuna Cultural Center in Punta Gorda. So check us out over there. And today, Tati, I wanted to start off. Hey, Arnold's is backstage, y'all. He's waiting. It's so funny. When you and I started this, it was like, I don't know, it was an idea that you had, and then we started with me, and we just didn't. The live streams were meant to share information with our people, but as we continue, this is like number 5. I honestly feel like this is a journey that God and the ancestors are taking us on. And I just want to comment about today. We've been trying to get in touch. I mean, we've been trying to book Arnold for like since the beginning of April.
Oh, yeah.
And so he just happened to have been available this weekend. And for me, what's going on in PG is one of my close friends just passed away on Friday in Punta Gorda. And he was young. He was only 30 years old. We worked together in the community board. He was the president of the community board of Punta Gorda. And it's such a loss in the community. It hurt so bad because he was running for mayor, doing a lot of things. And it's not a coincidence that he passed away on Friday. They just buried him. May he rest in peace, Danny Roches. They just buried him like an hour ago. So sad. And it's not a coincidence that today we're speaking with a young Garifuna entrepreneur. And I feel like the legacy that my friend who passed away, Danny Roach, has left was, it don't matter how young you are, like go hard with life. Whatever, a lot of things he did, people would say, oh, he's crazy or he shouldn't do it. But what if he hadn't done it? And this was his day to die on Friday, So having Arnold speak with us today it just feels like confirmation that God and the ancestors are saying, listen, now is the time to go. And Arnold is such a great example of a young person going after whatever it is that you want. So I'm so happy to have him here. I'm not going to waste any more time introducing him. He's backstage. Let me bring on Arnold.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
Hi,
Hey, how's it going?
So, let me fix this. Okay. Hey, Arnold, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Oh, I like this.
Good. Yes.
Hey, Tatiana, how's it going? Hey, Audrey.
Hi, Arnold. Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure to have you. I am like such a fan.
Oh,
I'm always trying you out.
For real.
Thank you.
For real. Arnold, for people who are just now tuning in, please tell us, who is Arnold? Who are you?
I'm sharing this again so that more people can connect.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, just shared. Who is Arnold? So Arnold Whitney Martinez is a Garifuna American born in New York City. Both of my parents are from Honduras. My mom is from Triunfo de la Cruz, and my dad is from Santa Rosa de Aguan. I'm 27 years old. I currently live in Newark, New Jersey. All right. I've been dancing in groups since the age of 12. So my artistic career has been about 15 years now. About 15 years,
Wow.
I've taken so much. I've dedicated so much time into uplifting the community and serving the community, and also just being there, just being there for the Garifuna community. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Nice. Now, Arnold, I be trying to work out. I just had a kid like 5 months ago, so I'm getting back into the workout mode. And so
Yeah.
I'll be looking at your videos for motivation. But can you tell our viewers what do you do in fitness? What is Garifuna Robics? What type of fitness program is that?
So GarifunaRobics was founded in 2018 by me, and the
Mhm.
purpose of GarifunaRobics is to promote fitness and wellness through the Garifuna culture. So I took elements of the Garifuna culture and infused it into a fun, full body cardio workout, where you learn about the Garifuna, about some of the Garifuna dances, about the Garifuna culture, but through a form of aerobics exercise. So it's a mixture of dance and fitness. You do sweat. It is intense. It is pretty intense, and we just started incorporating light weights to it for max, like sculpting and all that good stuff.
Nice. Arnold, what made you take what when did you come up with this idea? Like what made you think of doing Garifuna aerobics, like making it an aerobic session?
So
Inspiration.
at the time, I was working for Core Hydration, the water company, and I was a team lead slash market manager, and I would go to all these fitness events. So it was at that moment where I realized I was like, Punta is a workout, and just like Garifuna music alone, it's so upbeat, it's so uplifting, and it is a workout. So if we did this an extra 5 minutes, extra 10 minutes, or let alone an hour, we could see some results. We could see some results. And at that time, I was just thinking about the obesity rates within our community, the rates of like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, like that. You name it, we suffer from it as a community. So I wanted to do
Mhm.
something that would benefit us, like introduce this, like, hey, uh, we already know about our dances and stuff, and if we just took a little more time and turned it into a lifestyle, you would see great results.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was that, and also I wanted to promote the Garifuna culture in an international scale, not just within my community, but within our community, but outside of the community as well. Introduce something new to
Mhm.
different communities.
Mhm. Mhm. That is so. I wanted to know what took you from getting this idea to, all right, I'm gonna do this, because so many of us get business ideas that we just sit on. What took you from sitting on it to action?
So I was thinking about it. I was pondering on the idea, and then I had reached out to Kayla from Garifuna Queens. I reached out to her, and I was like, "Listen, I have this idea," and she gave me her support at that time, and she said, "Come on, let's do it." So that's all I needed. I took that and I ran and I ran with it. Started creating a flyer. We looked for studio. She helped me find the studio. We promoted, and then we just got the class just going. I presented the idea to her March 16th. April 6th was our first class.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, April
Wow.
6th was our first first class. So we just made 3 years. Just made 3 years.
Wow.
Hmm.
So,
Amazing.
Arno, I have to ask, how do you feel like this level of fulfillment, right? Like, how do you feel that you're touching not only the community, but like people out of the community, and just can you realize that you like you just increase the community just you going out and like moving your body and showing people the movements, right? So can you share a little bit about how you feel about that? Like, did you expect to get this big,
Um,
touch these hearts?
so when I started Garifuna Robics, I knew that I just opened, like I was like, I just opened up Pandora's box and I don't know what the hell I'm about to get myself into. But I'm here for it. Like I knew that it was time. You know, like when you feel like you have so much to offer, but you feel like you're just being a shadow to someone else, and it's time for you to do something on
Mm.
your own. I did this because I felt like it was time for me. It was time for people to see what Arnold had to offer, what Arnold has to bring, what is Arnold's calling. And I truly feel like this is definitely my calling. This is something that
Mm.
I am supposed to be doing. And the fact that my dreams is now becoming a reality is something that words I can't I can't even describe the feeling. But it's a wonderful feeling. I'm not gonna say that it's all peaches and roses. We all know that as entrepreneurs that we do have some bad we
Yeah.
have some bad
Yeah.
times. We got some bad times. There's the good times and then they have the bad times. When like the most fulfilling thing is I go to different states, or even when I'm in Honduras, they like, oh, you that guy that has the aerobics, you the guy. So um GarifunaRobics has spread so farther than what I know. And the fact that I have people like Amara La Negra sharing my stuff.
Yes, Amara La Negra shared his video. Did
Yes.
you see it?
And
I was
not
like,
not only
hey,
that, not
I
only
was so
that,
hyped.
yes, and not only that, but she's willing to come to a class. The fact that I have celebrities like Instagram celebrities, influencers checking out my stuff, sharing my stuff. That is a blessing. That is
It
that
is.
is an ultimate blessing, and it just goes to show that I am doing the right thing. I am doing what I'm supposed to do, and I just need to keep moving forward, no matter the trials and tribulations and the obstacles that comes along. Just continue to do.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Definitely, definitely. What are some of the challenges that you faced? Um, you have the business challenge is one, and as a Garifuna, I know there's also a challenge when dealing with our people. So, can you talk about some of the challenges and how you've overcome them?
Good question.
Oh, I think I'm gonna need a drink of you for
Yeah,
Go get it.
it's
Go
close.
ahead. I
Let's
got my water.
I told my mom to bring me some gifty.
listen. But no, so some of the challenges has just been like really getting that support from the community. I'm not gonna say that the community hasn't supported, but I feel like the community support has been about at a 35 to 40% than,
Mhm.
than 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 what it should be. And I get it. It's something, to be completely transparent. This is not in, no offense. I don't want anybody to take offense to this, but it's not within our norm. It's not within
Mhm.
our norm. I'm introducing something something new to
Mhm.
the community. So is that thing where you introduce something new and people are a bit skeptical, or they're like, because of all the other things that's happened,
Mhm.
all the events and groups and organizations that's happened, that they started but didn't finish. Somewhere along the line, there's some type of BS going along. I guess it's one of those, like, oh, let's see how long he's gonna last, or let's see what's really going on with him. Or they see you, they see you, but they just seeing you from afar, instead of support, like really going to
Mhm.
support.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things. But I really wouldn't want to dwell on that. It took me some time, actually, to not dwell on that, and just continue to do to do what I'm doing, because in the very beginning I was a bit affected by it. It's like, damn, like you're trying so hard to do something, not just for not just for yourself, but for your community, because
Mm-hmm.
um because this is not just about me, you know. This is about
Mm-hmm.
this is when, if I win, we all win.
Yeah,
We all
exactly.
win, you know.
Exactly.
If I lose, we take a L.
Exactly.
You know, when Arnold's
Mm-hmm.
featured in the article, when Arnold stuff is getting shared by Instagram celebrities, we all share and say, oh, we're proud, we're proud Garifuna.
Exactly.
That's the time we be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
proud to be Garifuna, I'm proud this, proud that. But why can't we really put the efforts to really support, like really support the cause before it
Mm-hmm.
goes mainstream or on the media? Why does it take someone else from the outside to promote so that they can acknowledge what's going on or what we have?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the things. But nonetheless, I've learned I've definitely learned to just continue, to just keep going, no matter
Yes,
what people say, no matter what obstacle comes my way. Just continue. Don't let
exactly.
anything else get the best of you.
Yeah, you keep your eyes on the prize because no matter where you from, what's your nationality, there's always gonna be the skeptics and the negative people. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, you have a purpose. For Garifuna Robics has a purpose. I'm proud of what you do because I'm tired of seeing people just then talking about punta and machuca and just that's it, or having a platform and not using it. And I feel like your platform is saying is shining a more positive light on Garifuna people instead of just saying instead of just the these cool interesting black people who dance drums. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, now here's an entrepreneur who's Garifuna and who's being recognized internationally. So you're right. When you win, we all win, and I think you serve as an inspiration to a lot of upcoming Garifuna entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
you know, one thing I want to say, Arnold, for you is like I have been following you for such a long time, you know, I would like to say the beginning of when I started to see you on Facebook and on IG. And one of the things that I admire from you is your humility. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if people will ever give you that much credit for that, but the fact that you could take those blows and still rise up, you know what I mean? But you rise up with such grace, even through the
Mm-hmm.
struggle. You rise up through it, so beautiful with this grace that you have. I really admire and respect. Not only have you rise up and shown people how to move their body, because what I do, I am a health and wellness practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very also intuitive, so I do a lot of intuitive natural healing.
Hmm.
Um, and one of the things that I get spirit wise from you is that you're very humble. And this is the reason why, even if something comes to you and it feels like it hurts, that you're gonna always be blessed. You're gonna always rise like the ashes. You're gonna always come up. And you're right. You know, one of the things that Audrey and myself are doing that we want to show the culture because we haven't seen that much is collaboration. It's
Mm-hmm.
sharing each other. You know, we saw you and we saw others, and we're like, oh my God, they have a beautiful craft. Let's bring them to this platform. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we're doing. Let's share.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you feel about collaboration? Like, where's your mind with that?
First, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for those words. It really touched me, and thank you for seeing me, for seeing not just me, but seeing my spirit. Like, just seeing how this is what I give is genuine, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a facade. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I try to be transparent as possible. Yes, do I have my moments where I feel down and depressed? I do
Mhm.
a lot of times, but you're right. Like I rise up, I rise
Mhm.
up with so much grace, and I just got to thank God and the ancestors for that because
Mm,
they hold me and they keep me sane when I have those moments where I feel like I'm a failure or whatever. When when the devil has his influence, God has his way and the ancestors have their way of snatching my ass back and
mhm,
Mhm.
telling me, no, you're doing the right thing. And this and look, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you that you're doing the right thing. Somebody just purchased a ticket to come to my class. Somebody just shared my stuff. You know, somebody wants to purchase merch. There's always some way, somehow that God or the ancestors show you that you are doing what you're supposed to do. Just keep just pay attention to it because it's
Yes.
there. The signs are there. Now go into what you were saying about collaborations. I feel like collaborating is something very necessary. It's something very necessary, and I feel like if for collaborations to happen, it has to be on both parts,
Mhm.
not just one sided, you know. And I feel
Mhm.
like some are just like one sided, you know. So that
Yeah.
does that doesn't fully work. You know, there has to be some type of balance between the two in order for that to work.
Mhm.
But I'm all for collaboration and, you know, helping one another.
Yes, that the last live that we had was with Isidra Savio and Sulma Arzu Brown, and Sulma touched on collaboration. Remember Tati?
yes.
As Sulma and Isidra, they teamed up to write the book No Pelo Malo Existe. Isidra did the illustration, and they were both so like adamant about how important it is to collaborate. And Isidra was, you know, when she moved to the U.S., her Sulma's family helped her, and now they're doing their thing, but they've been working together for a long time. And I think people underestimate the value of collaboration. And I feel like it's too extreme. It's either you want to do everything by yourself, or like people. Sometimes you're afraid to ask for help, but that could be your downfall. And so yeah,
That's
yeah.
me. That is definitely me, and I have no shame to say, because unfortunately, like you wanna offer people a level of trust, but
Hmm.
sometimes that bites you in the ass too. So I've learned that, you know what, Arnold, it's better for you to do it do it yourself. And this is why I handle all aspects of the business by myself. But it's not that I want to.
Hmm.
It's just that I'm one of those that have like trust issues when it comes down to, you know, like business and stuff. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying, Audrey.
Yeah, we just it's good. The right people are gonna come to build your team, Arnold. You just gotta have faith, and and pray for them to come around. But we need to collaborate with people. Like you can't. Arnold visited the cultural center 2 years ago, right? The cultural center that my family has in Roatan, and he was like, he was so humble. Like I couldn't believe this was Mr. Garifuna Robics here, and it was just you, like my brother. That was the first time I met you in person, and it was just so cool. I had such a great time, and we've kept in touch ever since. But I mean, I learned so much from you, and it was just really fun. It was just really fun.
I'm sorry. I'm cracking up because I'm like, Audrey, I'm so proud of you because I think if I see Arnold, I'll be like a little fan, a little boo.
I might be like, he, give me a hug. Yes,
Yeah. Oh man.
it was good. It
No.
was good. We had
Hmm.
such a good time, and I just went to the North Thang. We caught up when I went last in
Yes.
March, and I'm going back in July, and we definitely gonna catch up again.
Yes.
Yeah, some little situation.
Yes, I'm glad to see that you're taking your show on the road. So can you share with us, like, you're going to different states? How can we find out where to join you?
So yes, Garifuna Robics is going on tour. We actually started the tour last week. First city was Atlanta, Georgia. Next month I'm going to Los Angeles, California, in Tampa, and then going to Miami in June. Still trying to iron out Houston, iron out what other places? North Carolina, the DMV area. Yeah, just trying to iron out all these places and stuff. Ooh, child. But
Nice.
yeah, you can stay posted on best way is through Instagram, because everything I uploaded to Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Instagram is like my best friend.
Uh-huh.
I use Instagram more than I use Facebook, because I just feel like Instagram just works better. The support is
It
more.
works
It's more.
instantly, right?
It works.
Perfectly.
It works instantly. The support
There's a
is more
science
on
to Facebook.
Instagram than it is on Facebook. So
Hmm.
I just I like Instagram. It's better to keep like a track record to see how people are really engaging with you and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's the best way to keep in contact, or just visit my website, GarifunaRobics.com.
Nice. We got some people in the comments saying hi. Mariano Martinez. Hey, Mariano, how you
Hey,
doing?
what's up? What's up, Junie? What's going on, bro?
Ant Champion, proud to know Mr. Martinez.
We went to high school together. What's up, Anthony?
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice. We got Ty Dala y el Garifuna para cuando. I wanna talk about this because
I'll
we're
let that.
all three of us all three of us are Garifuna, right? And we've been getting certain comments, Tatiana and I, about why we don't do the live stream in Spanish or why we don't speak Garifuna. And I just want to clarify now. It's not saying I understand what they mean. We're Garifuna, so we should speak Garifuna. But unfortunately, we are not fluent in Garifuna, but we are proud
Mm.
proud Garifuna people. And at the end of the day, the live stream is meant for us to communicate, right? To deliver messages, to inspire. And the only way you can communicate effectively is in the language that you feel comfortable speaking in.
Right.
And so this is why this live, I'm not saying that we're never going to do one in Garifuna or Spanish, but we're just now getting started. So we're not anti-speaking Garifuna, but if me and Tati try to do a whole 30 minutes in Garifuna, y'all going to hang up like after a minute, you know? And we will never be able to deliver the message the right way. So hopefully in the future we'll do it, but I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know what y'all have to say.
I feel like it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. There's always gonna be someone who has something to say, something to critique. We do it in Garifuna. My Garifuna is a little machucado, so that same person that's commenting is probably gonna be one of those to criticize and be like, oh, this person is a pro Garifuna, pero because Garifuna is machucado. So there's always gonna be someone that's gonna to criticize. We just have to focus on what we doing, deliver the message the way we feel comfortable delivering the message, and those who receive the message, they receive it. There's gonna be people who receive the message. There's people who aren't gonna receive the message.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'll add to that? For a long time, I suppressed my gift as a intuitive person, right? That can still connect with the ancestors despite not speaking Garifuna, right? So I connect through energy. The way the ancestors speak through me, they speak to me through signs and symbols. Some people don't really understand that. So if you want to talk about intuition and you want to talk about medium work, I'm not the one you want to start with, because I could go deep with the ancestors. So one of the things that I used to suppress myself, and I did not allow myself to come out more because I didn't speak Garifuna. And I felt shameful of that. I said, And then one time when I went to Arizona, because I go to do a lot of my organization sends us out to Arizona because of the Voltex energy. that we can all receive. Everyone has the right to receive that. But you need to know, and you have to choose to go out there to receive it, right? So I went to Arizona, and that's when I really, really experienced a rich experience with my ancestors, with the Garifuna, right?
Wow.
And I was able to realize from that moment that ancestors are not only physical flesh. They came, they still here as the trees, as the water, as the elements of life. And when I started to embrace that, that's when I stopped and I let that go, because my ancestors needed me to let go of the idea that you don't speak Garifuna. We could still use you, they told me. We could still use you.
Wow.
And the fact that you could barely speak and that you stutter a lot, I could use you even more. And that's
Ooh.
one of the things I tell people, that God, divine consciousness, uses the cripple before he uses the one that can stand tall. So if you
Amen.
don't ever feel shame that you don't know how to speak Garifuna. Do I feel happy about it? No. I will never sit here and say I'm proud that I don't speak Garifuna, because that's not the truth. But my ancestors viven en este cuerpo, todavía viven en mí. So I am still a Garifuna, whether I speak
Yes.
Garifuna or not.
Say
Amen.
it. Amen. Amen. I think that was like as a first generation Garifuna person, and as the director of the Garifuna Cultural Center, I really felt like ashamed that I didn't speak it. And it really, you're right. For the first, I've been living in Roatan for 10 years. In September is going to be 10 years. And I could say for about the first 6 out of those 10, honestly, like the first, like 2 years ago is when I finally felt comfortable, because everybody will always put it in my face. But, "Vos no hablas Garifuna?" And you barely speak Spanish, and yet I'm over here giving you a class, right, about Garifuna spirituality, about the dances. You've been dancing for 10 years, but you don't know what it means, and I would really feel some type of way. It was a constant struggle for me, but you're right. It's in us. The ancestors are in us. God is always going to guide us. You're right. We just got to keep it moving and don't let that keep us down.
That topic is very it yeah it's is one of my triggers, because growing up when I used to dance and stuff, well, used to, I still dance, what am I talking about, but growing up, when I wanted to know more about the culture, and when I was, indeed, I felt lost. The elders didn't make it any better by just sunning the fact that you don't speak Garifuna. They will just come to you, oh, venga mucho Garifuna. He canta pero no baila. Canta pero no habla. Baila pero no habla. So and it would get to me, because it's it's frustrating. You trying to find yourself, find out who you are, and then you have the elders that are not making it any better or any easier for you. Instead of embracing you and be like, vamos, te voy a enseñar, start start by that way. If you can't speak it, teach it to us.
Exactly.
Don't be quick to criticize. Don't be quick
Exactly.
to criticize. Teach.
Exactly.
Like we have a deficiency in something, teach.
Exactly.
Es ahí donde vamos aprendiendo.
Exactly.
But that is definitely one of my triggers, because growing up, I used to get it all the time. Canta, pero no habla. Baila, baila, pero no habla. It's so frustrating. And now that I'm just like, I'm very much woke, and I know who I am, and I know what I bring to the table. Can nobody come to me with that with that now? Because I shut it down.
Down.
I
Yes.
shut it all the way down. I don't care if you somebody's bisabuela, tatarabuela, tío. I don't care. I shut it down, because these are things that, this is why the youth, my generations and the generations younger are lost, or they drive away from the culture. and they
Mhm.
just lean more to the American side. Oh, I don't mess around. I don't mess around with that because they don't. The others does not make it easier for them. You know,
Mhm.
they don't.
Mhm.
They don't fully embrace and say, you know what, you are Garifuna. If you
Mhm.
have a deficiency, let me teach you. If
Mhm.
you're open to learn. No, they could just quick to criticize.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
But we can't let that keep us down. We got to keep on
We
going.
can't. We can't.
Adelante.
Exactly. Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Remember Sarah Arnold? She's the my friend, my sister doing the documentary filming.
Yes. What's
Yeah,
up?
she's watching.
Hey Sarah, how's it going? How's it going? Hopefully next time I go to
Sarah.
Roatan, I catch you there.
Melissa
Hmm.
Arzu is here. Oop. Oh, I just clicked something. Oh, Dorlin Valencia. She said you should come to New Orleans.
Yes, I'm planning on going to New Orleans this year. So hopefully I'll get a class going once I'm out there.
Yes. Teeny says, I overstand, Tatiana. I know what you're talking about. I just came from Arizona. Wow.
Mm, y'all making
Nice,
me want to go
nice.
to Sedona.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
the energy there, you can't even explain it. Every time they sending us
Really?
back, we're always devastated. They're like, you have to go back. Bye. Like, I train with Koreans, so they very strict with the
Mhm.
practice and everything. So we go up to the mountains and we do a lot of screaming, a lot of screaming. People don't even know
Wow.
the power of like screaming. You are like releasing like days and days, and I work at in a health fitness holistic health fitness center.
Oh,
So
nice.
every time they sending us out, of course, because of the pandemic, we haven't been flying out. We are still
Mhm.
here, but we've been doing the trainings with them through Zoom, and believe it or not, the energy is still felt. It's not the same.
Really?
Yeah, it still felt like we have the Bell Rock Mountain. That's the mountain where we had a lot of the masculine energy. So there you feel a lot of grounding energy. You experience a lot of grounding energy. But
Mm.
Sedona is a place I highly recommend everyone to at least go one time in their life.
Wow. Teeny says, I did laughing yoga.
Good. Oh,
I
I
can
know.
see how that works. I can
I
see how that
wonder. I
works.
wonder how would laughing yoga would be for me because I'm like I'm a real Garifuna at heart, so I'll be laughing about this.
Yeah.
And, it's so funny because like the science of laughter, it has serotonin and dopamine. So I do a lot of
Mm.
laughing in my classes too, where I will have them
Mhm.
laugh for like 1 minute
Mhm.
non-stop. And when I tell you I am a clown, I am a clown. I'm on the floor doing all types of stuff. So you start off kind of awkward, like,
Uh-huh.
and then you are on the floor. You're like, yes, that can pasa. Bugging out. It's so much fun, but it's most importantly, it's like it's so there's a science to laughter, to waking up your
Mhm.
body.
There it
Mhm.
is. There
So,
it is.
I want to mention something to Arnold or share something with you.
Mhm.
Um I was speaking to another beautiful soul that she's from Africa, right? So in my organization, there's not a lot of color folks. Okay, it's a bunch of Koreans, uno blanquito, then a little bit here and there, but there's very few of us color folks. So we were talking about the richness of our culture, um,
Mhm.
and we were talking about the movement. And so every time in our practice, sometimes we get assignments or certain things to focus on,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, we do that. Como poniendo something on, like putting something on top of your head. We
Ooh.
Garifuna people, we put something on our head all the time, right?
Mhm.
And we also got something about like moving your hips, right? And then your feet. So the ball,
Mhm.
you guys see right here, this is my acupressure doll. So I work
Oh.
with acupressure points.
Ooh.
Yeah, I work with the acupressure points and the meridian channels of the body. So the balls of our feet right here, Arnold, where we dance, this right here is connected to the kidneys. Yeah. So every time, so I wanted to share this with you for such a long time because when I started to have more awareness of the science of our movement of dancing punta, I realized why Garifuna people just have all this energy, right? So every time we dancing on the balls of our feet, we are activating like the water energy in our back. So I say the Garifunas is all about passion because naturally when you're moving your feet, your hips are moving, right? And they're rocking and they realigning your kidneys. So every time I was sharing with her that so many of us take for granted what we were gifted, what we were given, right? We were given this movement, but we have other people coming in and studying us. So what they're doing that we are not aware of, they're studying the science of us.
Wow, that is deep.
It is.
So, yeah, so we are here getting sick. We are here doing things out of habit and forgetting that we need to incorporate ritual, right? We need to incorporate roots.
Yep.
We have to incorporate the science of our movement. And so I'm like, pero esta gente están viniendo, right? They come into our culture to study us, to study the science of us, and then they selling it. Okay? They selling it. And then there's someone else reaping from what was given to us, and we just like, oh yeah, we do that all the time. We do that all the time. But people don't realize that there's the science in the movement that you're moving your body. And this is how I help women that are having issues with fertility. And I wanted you to come here and elaborate about punta and fertility. Because I know there was a time I heard you talk about it, about how we used to dance punta for fertility. So I wanted you to share.
So originally, punta was a dance of reproduction. So we believe that when one spirit departs from this earth, another one comes. So that's why we consider it a dance of originally it was a dance of reproduction. It was dance between male and females, and during the times of wakes. So with that, with punta, females they had to wear a skirt in order to dance. That was that was mandatory. Like if you thought you was jumping into a circle and dancing punta with pants, they will stop the drums immediately. Immediately, you know, women had to wear a skirt in order to jump in. This was this was during the times of like wakes and velorios and stuff like that. Kids were not allowed to witness. Kids were not allowed to jump into the circle. It was that. It was back then. It was that sacred. It was that sacred. Before too, they used the palmoteos of their hands for the rhythm as opposed to the drums because the drums llaman los espíritus. So they used to do it with just con el palmoteo with their hands, and they would sing the songs. Originally, also, punta was danced flat-footed and barefooted, and the reason for that is because they were connecting with the universe as they're dancing.
Thank you. Can I share
Thank
one
you for
thing?
touching on that.
Yeah, I want to share one thing too with Arnold, even like the touching of the hands. What I learned from that too was that the tapping of your hands also helps to support your heart and your lung health. That is so. When I started to understand these things, that's what sparked like my curiosity to really understand us Garifunas and how we were moving and how we were utilizing all these parts of us. There was one time I went to like it was a Garifuna event, and my mom was gonna be like the princesa or something like that. She was like, oh,
Coronación.
yes, coronación. So she was like, please come, please come. So I'm like, oh, okay, but I went, and then she did looking like a princess. Like, I'm like, okay, mom, good. And so one of the guys was on the stage, and one of the things that he said was like, I remember when we used to clap. Everyone had their phone on like this, just recording, and no one clapped. So I was like, when he said that, I started clapping. And so everyone started to like clap as well. And so I remember like the energy of when people used to clap. Just clapping just helped to uplift your vibration, your energy. Just it validated that you are important to the next person. You know what I mean? So I like that you brought up the tapping, the clapping of the hands, because it's powerful.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. It was before the drums were implemented. That's how we made the original punta rhythm with the con el palmoteo de los manos. Yep. The men will do that, and then the females will do, and then the men will incorporate. Yep.
Nice. Thank you for that lesson, because we receive so many tourists in Punta Gorda who want to learn about the Garifuna culture, and they always want to come and see the dance. When I had first moved, it bothered me that nobody really knew the meaning of the dance. You know, our own people and neither the tourists, but I always knew there was a deeper meaning to it. So I started researching and I learned what you learned. And so now when we talk about Punta, we break it down like that. But I just get so tired of seeing Punta used, in these videos that Honduras makes. And like, there's so much more to the Garifuna culture, man. It's deeper than just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for breaking it down.
Oh yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes.
Nice. Oh my God, it's almost time. Arnold. Oh, you told us we can find what's next. When is your next show? When is your next class?
Next class is, well, next destination that I'm going to is Los Angeles, California, May 16th.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have live drums there with Roy the drummer. It's gonna be so much fun.
Nice. And do you have classes that people could pay online for? Like, do you do?
Yep.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I do classes 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, via Zoom. And to sign up for those classes, all you got to do is visit GarifunaRobics.com. Just click on the day that you want to register for, and it's $7 a session. Or I have like a package. You get 10 classes for $40.
Okay.
Which is a steal.
It sure is. It is
a steal. 10 classes for $40, and those that package is good for an entire year. So you have a whole year to use those 10 classes, the 10 class punch card.
Awesome. That's so good to hear. So I wish I had like time to take your classes. When you do it on IG, I definitely tune in. Guys, I really feel like we need to really support Arnold in this journey, because he's so right. When he rides, we rise. So we have to really like support and find ways. Like, even though I can't physically take a class with you, once I know you're live, I'm like, tengo 10 minutos. I have move those hips. So, I definitely would love to collaborate with you. Honestly, I would love to collaborate with you. In my classes, I talk mainly about like the science of the body. And I do work with so many people. Even I share with our community about, the facility that we have in the Bronx, been open for over 14 years now, and right now we have like a major promotion because we just reopened, but we could only take about like 12 people. Can be no more than 12 people. But right now, so many people are taking advantage of it. So the reason why I even like to share with our community, because I don't want no one to say why the Garifuna community don't know about this. Our health is just as important. We need to make the effort, You know, when it comes to finance and money, I know about the hardship that does come with that, because that's a mindset. Okay, that's a mindset that we all have. But at the same time, the only way you're gonna see that mindset shift is if you take action to work on it. You know, and guys, Arnold is doing his thing, and he's doing it from a place that's very rooted. And I think that that's why you know, it's like you don't even need to open your eyes. You know, you have an eye that's definitely wide open, and it's definitely guiding you. So thank you so much for like trusting that. I appreciate you. I'm like a fan.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I
And
appreciate
I
you.
just want to thank you for doing you, Arnold, at such a young age. Like I said earlier in the beginning, a very close friend of mine, we just buried him an hour ago, 2 hours ago here in Roatan. And he did so much for the community. And that, like I said, that legacy is go hard. If you have an idea, if you feel like you need to do something, do it, because nobody knows when is the time to leave this earth, you know? So I commend you for doing whatever it is that you're doing. Keep doing it and just get better at it. Because when you win, like you said, everybody win.
We all win, you know. Amen. And thank you. And it is true, you know, time time is the most precious thing that we have. It
Hmm.
is the most precious, most expensive thing that we have. Matter of fact, there is no price on time. There's
Mm-mm.
no price at all. We
Mm-mm.
just we just never know when our time is going to expire here on this earth. So every minute that we give, every minute that we dedicate towards something, it's valuable. You know, time.
Exactly.
And some some of us take time for granted. A lot of us take time for
Yeah.
granted. When we sit there and every day that we procrastinate and be like, oh, I'm gonna wait for this for next week to do this, or I'm gonna wait next. Oh, I'm gonna start this next month. We're taking time for granted.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
we're taking it for granted completely. The time is now. You got something that you want to
Hmm.
fulfill now. You
Now.
want to do something now. You know, you have goals now. You know, get started. Get started on that.
Exactly.
Time don't wait
Exactly.
for nobody.
Nope, we don't wait for
Sure don't.
nobody. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Arnold, Tati, do you have any last words before we end our session?
No, just want
Blessings
to
to you all.
just say hello to June St. Patrick. What's going on, June? Um, yeah, that's it.
Nice. So follow us on Instagram and Facebook, y'all. Arnold, Mr. Garifuna Robics. You got Tati with Golden Garifuna Healing. And myself, then came Roatan. We on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So check us out and thank you for tuning in. Love you much. Bye.
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 Have a great night. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank
Yes.
All
you.
right. Peace out, y'all.